Why was this bag named Ghana Must Go? Many Nigerians, especially the Gen Zs, thought it is just a nickname. No, it is not just a nickname. Something actually happened. It was due to a deportation exercise that happened back in the days in Nigeria. Wow. Sit back, relax. Let me tell you why and how. In 1983, Nigeria carried out the largest deportation exercise in history, and half of the people that were deported were Ghanaians. Why? Ghana was a very prosperous country from 1930. In fact, as a small country, Ghana was richer than Nigeria as at the time, because they produced the largest cocoa in the world. So people begin to migrate from neighboring country to Ghana in search for better life. Life was good and everyone was happy. But fast forward to 1969, Ghanaians begin to feel that Nigerians were taking over the jobs and other things in the country. So the government decided to deport all the immigrants in the country, and half of these immigrants were Nigerians. But later on, the table turned around. Before the deportation in 1969, oil was discovered in Nigeria in 1958. Nigeria struck oil as a young and promising country with the population of about 100 million. The oil money was steady and hopes were high that Nigeria could prosper despite the brutal military regime that made that period. And then in the 1970s, the economy exploded when oil prices soared worldwide. Nigeria became the richest country in Africa. That was when they secured the title Giant of Africa. The standard of living improved. Things were going fine in the country and everyone was happy. Meanwhile, while Nigeria was booming due to the oil discovery, Ghana was facing the opposite. Nothing was working in the country. There was hardship everywhere in Ghana. So Ghanaians plus other neighboring countries begin to migrate to Nigeria in search for better life. Ghanaians migrate to an extent that almost every Ghanaian has a family in Nigeria. Across the 19 states that existed then in Nigeria, primary and secondary school were all filled up by Ghanaian teachers. Restaurants and brothels were flooded with migrants from different neighboring countries. Then suddenly in 1982, the oil began to crash. Global oil prices started to dip. And as expected, food prices skyrocketed. Things became very difficult in the country due to the oil crash. And at that time, Nigerians were preparing for the general election the following year, which is 1983. So at that point, illegal migrants has already flooded the country, dragging and struggling things with the citizens when the country was going broke. The late Shehu Shagari was the president of Nigeria as at the time. So in order to create a breathing space for the citizens to manage whatever the country has as at the time, the government decided to carry out the deportation exercise. It was in January 1983. The president then gave an order that every foreigner without authenticated traveling document should leave the country in 2 weeks or face being jailed. And it was recorded that over 2 million illegal immigrants were living in the country, and half of them were Ghanaians. Like I said, they were given 2 weeks to vacate the country. And as days go by, the government began to threaten that if after 2 weeks they refuse to leave, that they will give power to the citizens to do whatever they like to any illegal migrant sighted anywhere in the country.
Your life is at risk. Whether you like it or not, you should leave.
So out of fear of being attacked by the citizens, the people begin to pack their things. Now, this is where this bag came in. Most of the bags that were used during that time was this bag, because it is easy to drop things inside if you are in a hurry. Many Ghanaians used this bag as they were leaving the country. That was why Nigerians named this bag Ghana Must Go. As you can see in the video, I almost shed tears while watching this, because many things happened after they left the country, which this video might be too long for me to explain. Some neighboring countries had to close their border. Some people died on the way and things happened before they get to their country. And up to today, even while I was still making this video, many Ghanaians still believe that Nigerians carried out that exercise as a retaliation because of what happened in 1969, which to me was never the case. Nigeria was going very broke as at the time. so they had to do something. I am so happy both countries are doing very fine and they are in a good relationship. Please, I am still a small boy. I'm not even up to 30 yet. I made a lot of research and I heard from so many elderly people who witnessed that moment. That is how I gathered this video. And I know so many elderly people are watching my videos. Please, if there's any area I made mistake or you need to correct me, please, you can correct me in the comment section. And of course, without insult. We are all learning. That is the purpose of this page. And if you are new here, check my page. There are so many interesting content you might like. And don't forget to follow us. I'll see you in my next video.